Hello everyone, I hope you guys are doing well. Thanks for tuning into your reading. So I said the last time that I was doing a series and we were looking into your future spouse. And so if you missed those readings, feel free to check out my channel to get caught up. This is a continuation of a previous reading. However, if you didn't see, the previous readings, this can still resonate for you. You can treat it like a new reading, okay? Because it's new to you. It's new to you, okay? So with that being said, I'm going to give you a few things to choose from. You can choose from the timestamps, the thumbnails with the flowers on them. You can choose however you feel like choosing, but these are the three for those who want to pick from stones. We've got pyrite for group number 1, red jasper for group number 2, and labradorite for group number 3. So pause the video if you need more time to pick, and we're going to get started with group 1. Group 1, the last reading we did was to find out where you might meet this person. Your future spouse. Before that, we got into depth about who this person likely is, their appearance, their traits, characteristics. Today, we are going to look into what the relationship is going to be like and get messages from this person. So this is intended to be for the future spouse of whomever is watching this reading. We've got a card pushing out already, so you could be dealing with a water sign, or you could be one yourself, have that strong in your chart with that wish fulfillment card. This is the abundant man with plenty enough to share, doing well for themselves and emotionally well for themselves. Jupiter and Pisces could be a very happy person. Just a second here, the cards are not cooperating. Maybe this isn't the right deck for you guys. There we go. Give it another shuffle. So tell us about the relationship between group 1 and their future spouse. We already learned some things from previous reading about this person, that this is a soulmate type individual for those who resonate with twin flame. We even got that card. But it's just a higher level connection. We got that this person was ambitious, that this person needed their alone time, that this person is a very helpful, nostalgic person, but has some scars from their past, or physically scars that will be noticeable on their bodies. So just a little heads up. Okay, so for my group 1s, 5-card spread looking into their relationship with their future spouse. Okay, we've got 9 of Swords. Some of you feel like you're never going to meet this person, or you're distressed by what I've said about them, or you know that the type of person that you've attracted in the past has been someone who has given you a lot of grief. You could be going through a breakup right now, or fearing that that's going to happen. There's some sort of fear or anxiety here that will be influencing or affecting the relationship. Okay, I'm not taking reversals unless I feel guided to, because I just didn't intend on doing that, and I haven't intended on doing that for a while. So we've got the 4 of Pentacles. Okay, so there's going to be a certain amount of stability between the two of you. Okay, so at least you can say that. Financial stability, people have worked hard to attain a certain level of security, financially speaking especially. Okay, if we did want to take this in the reversed energy, this would indicate that somebody is experiencing a lot of vulnerability in the relationship. Maybe money is not so great. That's true. That's the case for a lot of people. Unfortunately, I intend everybody is abundant and wealthy, materially and spiritually. But bottom line is, I am feeling for the most of you that there's going to be a certain amount of stability. Even if the finances aren't always on point, there is still going to be security within the relationship in some way, shape, or form. How does this person feel, or will this spouse feel about group 1? Okay, so you could be dealing with an earth sign. We've got strong air here as well, but I am feeling that with this 2 of Swords, indicating a certain blockage to this person's heart, likely maybe due to, things that they've experienced in the past. It could even be talking about blockages in your heart. A lot of people have trust issues, or have closed down their heart chakras, knowingly or unknowingly, due to, just life being hard, or past relationship experiences. So I am getting some sort of confusion with this person. I don't feel like they're going to be confused about you. But like I said, there's somebody that needs to go within to think. So there are going to be times where there's going to be breaks in the connection, not necessarily a breakup, but space. This person's going to need their space. So that's what's coming through there. Also, I feel like this person is good at making compromises, or part of the reason why they take their space, and this is something that you will want to appreciate, is if somebody takes their space in order to make up their mind about what kind of compromises need to be made, or in order to make a sound decision, then that's necessary space. You want them to do that because you don't want them to be just flying by the seat of their pants, just guessing, just taking chances and being careless with the relationship. You want them to think things through. Can this person go within too much? Yes, they can. Can they take too long to come to a good decision? Yeah, if you're impatient, that's probably going to bother you. Or, maybe it won't, but we see with some anxiety here, that's likely going to bother you guys, to be honest, for the majority who are watching that are resonating with group 1. If the reading isn't resonating or it's confusing, you probably picked the wrong group, but there's a message here for you to be here. So you figure out what that is, but let's find out what this person's overall intention is going to be towards you in the marriage. Yeah, there's that 4 of Wands energy again, and it's 4 again. Somebody could be an 8 life path as well. I'm getting that as well. And a 9 life path. So that does talk about, there being ups and downs in the relationship due to eccentricity, but people are caring about each other as people, not just as lovers or spouses. And I do feel that, this is a true union coming together in spirit. There is a spiritual element to the connection. You're probably going to have a nice home. I feel like this person's home is going to be important to them. It's going to be important to you. It's probably going to be a nice home. Hence the money issues. It's expensive to have a nice home. And so it's going to be some, concern or just taking that very seriously. Something about the home. So homecomings, including other people in the relationship, but not in a bad way. It's still going to be about the 2 of you, as you see 2 people on this card, as opposed to other versions of this card where there's a lot of people on the card. And since we are talking about spouse, it makes sense. 4 of Wands can be an indication of marriage. So you could get married at home, in your backyard, somebody's home, somebody's backyard, okay? Somebody could be Jewish as well. It doesn't have to be. But bottom line is, you can see it's a very serene energy, and that when you guys spend time together, it is quality time, okay? Like I said, there's a lot of individual focus on one another, so one or both of you could have the love language of quality time. And that will be acknowledged. This person's intentions will be to acknowledge that, to prioritize the relationship, to provide for you, to participate in the relationship, to have a warm, home where you guys feel comfortable. Okay, so what is the main message from Spirit regarding this marriage for group 1? The main message is that, you really have to go after what you want. And so you set your mind to something and you don't give up. Be persistent. Somebody could be a Cancer or a fire sign. It doesn't have to be. I'm getting Sagittarius and Cancer placements, but again, any fire sign, any water sign, or any sign really. Okay, those are just the energies for those that know that. The Chariot is a card of going after what you want. Maybe there's a decision that needs to be made. Maybe you're worried this person won't choose you. That's going to be for some, not all of you. Or that maybe this person has like divided interests. Like I said, somebody is really focused on their ambitions, getting ahead in life, tackling their goals, and that can be an energy where you're putting, your own ambitions ahead of somebody else. Now, that could cause you anxiety and sleepless night if it's this person, or maybe it's both of you. I feel like it's both of you, and maybe even more so some of the viewers, where, you're really going after some goal aside from the marriage. Like you're trying to wrangle both situations, your marriage and your goals or personal interests. And when we see that, this energy, it's like it's a very ambitious and passionate energy, and is a very powerful energy, but it's also one that needs to be balanced so that, in a relationship, you have to consider your partner, and you can't be all just self-focused because you're dealing with someone else as well, So this is a card of self-interest, getting ahead, ambition, but you need to balance that very carefully with that Temperance energy. In other words, with the relationship, balance it, with the relationship. So, I'm getting anything else on that? I do feel like whoever's in this Chariot energy, they are going to surrender to the relationship, or to, they're going to be giving. There's some give in this. When the Chariot is in the upright, is somebody that's very action-oriented, and very ambitious, like I've said multiple times. That's the main word with this card. Okay, it's the Conqueror. And, but I feel like, there's going to be some give in the situation. I feel like this energy is softened, and that's part of maybe what the lesson is in the relationship, or it's just the way that it manifests, that energy manifests within this particular relationship. Okay. So yeah, I do feel again this energy of 2 and 2 stability, but also union, spiritual connection, that connection being honored despite anybody's concerns or worries over different things. So let's get you some messages from this person. And if the reading is resonating, please hit the like button and subscribe. It does support the channel and keep it going. If you'd like a private reading, I believe that link is still working. Guys, check that out because I'm going to be changing out that link down below for Keen. $1 for 5 minutes on Keen. I'm going to update my prices down below to make them more accessible as well for personal, private, video recorded readings too. But if you'd like one now, that's down below too. But messages for my group ones regarding, you know, anything that wants to come out. But specifically, what would their future spouse say to them if they had no filter? What would this future spouse say if they had no filter? Exactly. Two of Swords again. Very strong Two of Swords energy. Moon in Libra. So they could really have that Moon in Libra. Cancer, Sun, Moon in Libra. I'm getting that for some of you. But it's given me time to think. I promise to get back to you. So that's kind of their energy. It's a validation of what I said before about how this person's going to show up in the relationship. Okay. Another card from this person, please. Queen of Wands energy. Strong, feminine, fire sign energy. Could be you, could be your person. We all have both masculine and feminine. The message is, I love how outgoing you can be. You're someone everyone can't help but notice. So even though you're coming across in that Nine of Swords energy, I feel like this person's going to be encouraging of you to get out of your head and to get out of your worries and anxiety and instead, you know, embody that which you truly are, the things that they love about you and see within you. Is that you can be outgoing, that you are attractive, or there is an aura or about you that people are attracted to, and this person also likes to see that. They like that, you know, that you are somebody that gets a lot of attention because of just who you are, okay? Your commanding presence, your looks, whatever the case may be, some combination thereof. I feel like if you are ever like in a social event and maybe you're feeling a little insecure, most people, you know, will probably overlook that or not catch that, but your person will be tuned in your energy and they'll be there to encourage you, maybe wink at you across the room or something like that, just to let you know that, you know, they see you. And then we've got that Ten of Cups. You make me feel so supported and loved. I'm completely romantically fulfilled. So this is a very romantic relationship, and there's a lot of love here between the two of you. We saw that with the Nine of Cups coming out, which is emotional fulfillment, and the Ten of Cups, which is what this card represents, is even more emotional fulfillment. It's like the creme de la creme, right? It's the ultimate emotional fulfillment that this person is going to have and feel towards you. So it's going to be really, they're going to love you very much. And they're going to feel very supported by you. And like the card says, romantically speaking especially, they're going to feel very fulfilled. And we do have the, we may be opposites, but if we try, we can make a potent combination. It's possible we'll end up together. So there is this little question sometimes, maybe within the relationship, and I don't think that's abnormal. And if we're being honest, you know, probably in many marriages, the question will occasionally arise as to whether or not this is going to be a forever marriage, if this is going to last for the rest of our lives. And this person really feels like this has what it takes to go the distance and be one of those lifelong or long-term marriages that last. And that's despite being opposites. That's a Temperance energy. I did pick up on that earlier and mentioned it. So this person feels like you guys are different, but that you're also very potent, that you make a strong combination. I'm getting power couple vibes, but not necessarily like in a superficial or overly materialistic way, but more in that you guys come together and make each other better, and that this is a strong, stable relationship with a lot of potential for growth in all life areas, emotionally, spiritually, materially. And this person feels it very strongly, and even, you know, regardless of anything, they love you, so, and they're going to love you. We're talking about your future spouse, right? So we can take these messages as something, you know, like messages from the future, right? Basically. I do want to get a challenge card here just to see, you know, what might be an issue that you can be forewarned about. So if you're, you know, easily triggered, maybe fast forward a minute or two. I don't know what's going to come out, but we'll see what should group one know about their future marriage and their future marriage partner. I'm pretty confident I got you in the palms of my hands. Okay, so this person's going to be confident that they have you wrapped around their little fingers. So they might take that for granted at times. Okay, they just might feel like they just have you like that. This is magician energy. Magician is very charismatic, but also, you know, he has his secrets. Not saying your person to be secretive, but I think this person is going to have an aura of kind of mystery, like a magician would have, right? You go to their show, you're entertained by them, you find them charismatic and you know, effective, capable, talented, but then there's this part of them that's kind of unknowable, or that they keep to themselves, with that Four of Pentacles energy too, where they're a bit reserved, right? And so I feel like that's something, you know, that just kind of maybe the way that they are. Some people are just like that. Maybe you're going to be intrigued by that. A lot of people are. But a challenge, as the card says, is that maybe this person will just feel like they, like, again, that like the card says, they're confident they have you in the palm of their hands. Okay, so let's get a card from the Romance Angels, and then we'll complete the reading and then move on to group 2. Some of you may be the first one to tell this person how you feel or express like your love to this person. I think this person could be withholding and maybe hold back their love for you at first, or just in general throughout the marriage might not be as vocal about their feelings, but they're going to feel them. We saw that with the 10 of Cups. We saw that with the 9 of Cups. I know some of you don't like to hear that. We all want, you know, people that are going to be vocal, but, you know, relationships can evolve and change over time. So there's always that hope of that. And if you intend that, that's more likely to happen. But let's get one final message for group 1 regarding their future marriage. True love. Wow. True love. True love. So true love, and this is the romance of a lifetime. My regulars know I like to say it like that. I'm silly. So anyway, yeah. I mean, what's what's to be mad at here? Overall, regardless of any challenges that we read on tonight, the true love is the ultimate outcome. You guys are going to be in love with each other. It's going to be mutual feelings, mutual love. And we've got heart-to-heart conversations, honestly discuss your feelings with each other. So I was just talking about this person maybe being a bit withholding about their feelings, even though they're going to have a ton of feelings for you. That there's going to be something that feels sometimes a little closed off about this person, and mostly has to do with them needing time away to think and make good decisions based on, you know, how they think and feel, and not just rushing to a decision. So there will be conversations. So I think that's what it's saying, is to validate to the rest of you that, yeah, you guys are going to be each other's true love, and this person is going to speak on that. It's not like they're not going to tell you that. It's not like they're never going to say how they feel. There will be heart-to-heart conversations. You might need to initiate them. You might need to draw it out at first in the beginning of the marriage, but I think after that, this person becomes more comfortable expressing, you know, that you are their true love, or expressing, you know, how they really love you, and they love your home, and they love being with you, and they love the marriage and the relationship, and how much they value you and appreciate you, and feel that this is the romance of a lifetime. They're completely romantically fulfilled. Group 1. Thank you for tuning into the reading. Please hit the like button and subscribe. It does tell me that I can come back and should come back and do more readings for you guys. I'm going to move on to group 2. Feel free to stick around for that. Otherwise, thanks for watching. That's really loud, isn't it? All right. True love. All right, welcome group 2. Thanks for tuning in. If you chose the red jasper, this reading's for you, or if you're here from a previous reading, this reading's for you. I do believe this is the pile from the previous readings, okay? So we're going to get into the relationship, your future relationship with your future spouse. We're going to do the 5-card spread, which is going to look at how you feel about each other and things like that. We're also going to get messages from this person, including a challenge message to forewarn you, and a Romance Angels card. So for everyone who chose group 2, tell us about their relationship with their future spouse. did feel like for some of you, you might meet this person through work or through school. This person could have prominent religious or spiritual beliefs, tattoos, piercings. Could be, this was the group where the person was very good looking too. This person's also somebody that's not afraid to try different things. It could be a Gemini in that way. They're a lifelong learner. Also, there's somebody like could have used like pretty privilege, whether they're a man or a woman, in their life because of their attractiveness. I think this is also a gifted person as well. So in some way, shape, or form, this is somebody that has gifts, spiritual gifts potentially, but I just think they're talented. I think this is somebody that is kind of destined for success. Probably already successful when you meet them, but even destined for even more success than that is what I'm picking up. For those who chose group 2, and that could be for you as well or both of you, let's do a 5-card spread on them and their future spouse. So you could be a King of Wands, okay? This could be same sex as well, not necessarily. You could have fire signs strong in your chart. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius don't have to. But this is a visionary. So you could be envisioning this person coming into your life using the law of manifestation, quantum physics, law of assumption, doing that consciously or unconsciously, because this is the King of Wands, the bold leader, powerful, charming, courageous, and a visionary. And this is somebody that, you know, has everything that it takes to really go after what they want in any life area, but they tend to follow their passions. They tend to go after what moves them emotionally and what stirs their passions. It's a very passionate person. So again, this could be talking about, you know, your person, your future spouse, but this is a card that's representing, you know, how you feel towards them. So regardless of, you know, your, you know, who you are, you want a relationship that is strong, that is based in friendship as well as love and passion, where you guys are on the same page and can relate to each other. And the more you have in common, the better you're going to feel about it. Like somebody that kind of sees the world the same way as you, not exactly the same necessarily, but on those key points that you hold valuable to your heart, those interests and values that you hold valuable to your heart. That's going to be important to you. And maybe you're going to doubt or wonder or watch this person to make sure they're on the same page as you. But we'll see, you know, what the rest of the reading says. I think that you are going to I'm just getting that you're going to kind of wonder about this person, okay? That's what I'm getting. You're going to wonder about this person. Why are you going to wonder about this person? We're going to find out. But yeah, definitely getting like powerful energy coming from you towards this person, wanting to be friends on the same page, similar enough, and have like a friendly relationship. I just can't, you know, get over that. When it comes to relationships with the King of Wands, he's very passionate, but he also wants somebody, you know, that he can be friends with. He also wants somebody, I mean, he wants the whole package. He's usually, you know, a very charismatic and successful person, and that sounds like it's you guys that's coming through, or who you're attracting. And so why would he settle for less, right? He doesn't have to. So that's that energy. And what's the relationship? Got 2 of Swords. So that's what I was saying. This person will, or you might be feeling like you have to kind of watch this person for some reason, because there's kind of a stalemate going on here in the relationship with the 2 of Swords. Somebody could need to withdraw. This is similar as group 1 in that sense, but we'll see, you know, how else it goes. But there is a similar energy here with regard to somebody needing to go within to think, to not make, you know, rash decisions, rash judgments, but somebody that needs to balance their emotions with their thoughts and look at things from a cool perspective. Libra moon energy, but also somebody that likes peace, doesn't want to rock the boat, a truce. So maybe this person's very potent as well, as you coming across as the King of Wands, very potent energy. So in that case, you guys would need to strike a truce. You guys would need to find a good balance. There would be some thought that would need to be put into this. There would be time taken for learning to compromise, or thinking of ways to compromise, or taking time to make decisions and make thoughtful decisions regarding one another, okay? So how's this future spouse going to feel about group 2? Yeah, we've got some strong Aries energy, and like I said, also some Scorpio coming through. This is a potent combination. So we could be dealing with 2 fire signs, okay? This person is coming across as like very like profound, coming in like a wrecking ball. Okay, this person could have some anger issues, not gonna lie, tell the truth on my channel, that's what's coming through. The Tower energy can be very volatile. Okay, can indicate like eruptions. All right, now I intend better than that for you, but this is what's coming through. Also, this person could feel like maybe they didn't want certain changes. Maybe this is the type of person, when you meet them, they tell you that they never wanted to settle down and they never wanted to get married. But obviously they're changing that for you because this is your future spouse. But it could be a very, very tough transition for them, maybe even more difficult than they would have anticipated. They could feel like they're not good enough, or that they're not good at this marriage kind of thing, right? They couldn't, maybe don't feel like they're good at being a fiance, or good at planning a wedding, or good at being a spouse. So there's a huge learning curve with this person, and whether or not they show that, I think they're going to show that. I think it's going to be hard to miss that this person is maybe in over their head a little bit. And so yeah, that's what, that's what's coming through too. Well, let's get some more about how this person's going to feel. There's a lot of passion here, a lot of passion here. This person got a lot to learn. I'm getting that just really strongly. This is an old soul relationship. This is requiring somebody to level up. This is requiring somebody to change their ways, patterns in relationships that didn't work for them in the past. They're going to have to really change. There's that learning curve there. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, this is a teaching relationship. Lots of spiritual lessons to be learned here. Just lots of practical lessons to be learned here as well. So tell me more about how this person is going to feel towards my viewers. We've got the Chariot energy. Wow. So we've got strong Aries, strong Cancer, Cardinal energy. And both of these are reduced to 7. Okay. We've got 16, which reduces to 7. Okay. And then we've got 7, which is 7, right? So this person, their tarot card could actually be the Chariot and the Tower. They could be born on the 7th of the month, or have a 7 life path. But this is their energy. They're very much a go-getter. This is somebody that's extremely ambitious. You guys could live at a distance. That could cause a lot of disruption. But bottom line, basically, that this person's just a potent combination. Like I said, this is a leader. And you're a leader too. That's why I was talking about 2 of Swords energy, needing to come to a compromise, needing a truce, needing space to figure out how to do that, needing to put on the brakes sometimes, because you're both very potent energies. And that's how the marriage is going to be. That's how it's coming through. So this is an action-orientated person, very action-orientated, and this is also a card of change. This is also a card of journey. In this case, it feels like a physical journey, yes, but also a spiritual journey and a learning curve. Like I can't get past that with regard to you. And see how he's looking at him and he's looking at him. So it's kind of like you guys are watching each other, almost like opponents. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, but opponents that respect each other, well-matched opponents. Okay, this person, they come across as feeling like they're a little bit stronger than you, or a little bit more powerful than you. And it could be because people associate like anger, for example, with being like powerful, which really anger is just fear, and sadness is bodyguard. So there's that, just something to think about. But I think this person aims to get it under control, and they're going to look to you for guidance on that. They're going to look to you for your reactions on that. Like they're going to learn from you. And so King of Wands, typically, in his more balanced energy, is someone that keeps his cool, and he just knows when to act and when not to. And that's not to say that he never has moods of his own. He definitely does. He's a passionate person. But this person is passionate to an extreme, and they're going to look to you, just kind of like look to you. I feel like they're really going to look at you for your reactions and then gauge their behavior based on how you react, if that makes sense. Okay, so what is their intention towards the viewer in the marriage here? To be a student, Page of Wands, exactly. To really kind of embrace their inner child again, to have fun, to express themselves, and to be very, very passionate with you, to be like a child again, to kind of get out of this more serious energy. I'm hearing antagonistic energy, and kind of more difficult energy, and be more like a child. Pages are children. Also, pages are communicators, to be expressive about how they feel, the actions that they want to take in particular, the attraction that they feel towards you, and anything related to that. This is what this person is. intending towards this marriage. So they want to take action. This is a very action-oriented person. So, and I feel like you are too, or you're going to be in this marriage. So it feels like a very adventurous relationship. I'm seeing travel. I'm seeing outdoors activities. I'm seeing a lot of movement here between the sheets and outside in the world as well, within the home too. And it just feels like this person is going to approach this with the eyes of a child, with an open, curious mind, to study it, to understand it. The Page of Wands is associated with Einstein energy, so that's somebody that is very smart. Again, with the 7, it makes sense, and somebody that's willing to learn and figure things out. So I think this person's intention is going to learn to figure out you and this relationship and this whole marriage thing, approach it like it's a new project and get real creative with it. So it's not a very cerebral energy, though this person is obviously smart. I feel like this person is intelligent, but it's more of approaching it creatively, like a creative thinker, which is a good vibe and a compatible vibe with your King of Wands energy. So finally, big message from Spirit and where it's going. Got the Moon. Ooh, you're not meant to know that right now. You could be dealing with a Capricorn or somebody with strong Cancer or other water Pisces in their chart, okay? So let me just get into this for a second here. Very old soul energy coming through here. 12th house energy. So it could be a synastry between those. I'm not an astrologer, don't pretend to be, but I know some things, and that's something that's coming through, some sort of connection. So you could have your moon in this person's sun or vice versa, or they could have their rising sign in your moon sign. Just for example, there's some sort of moon connection here, mother connection as well here, otherworldly kind of connection, psychic connection, but also some confusion here, some troubles that need to be overcome, some deep subconscious connection here. So it's not only just a spiritual emotional connection, which can feel very good, but it can also, with the moon, feel a little bit shady, a little bit confusing, a little unsure. And I think that just validates, what has been said in the reading up till now. So there could be like some unforeseen problems here, but I feel like when you guys see what those problems are, you compromise and you try to figure it out. So at least that's a good thing, right? But you can expect unforeseen problems. There will be changes that both of you are going to need to make voluntarily to make the relationship work. And it's going to rely on you not knowing the answers, which is, basically where the reading is headed and what the reading is saying, right? Because the moon is like saying, yeah, you're not meant to know right now. And so it's going to be that way in the relationship too. You're not meant to know right now. So you wonder why, you wonder what you can do or what you can, sort of look forward to, or what you can plan for, what you can expect. How are you going to know that if the universe is not, and in this case your subconscious minds are not giving you that information? Intuition. You have to rely on your intuition. You have to figure that out. Okay? Learn to listen to it. Learn to trust it. Some of you are very cerebral yourself, very logical thinkers. Those two things are not mutually exclusive. You can be both. You can be both very logical and very intuitive at the same time. They kind of, feed into each other. And if you wanted to learn more about that book, Blink, I don't remember, I think the last name of the author is Gladwell, but don't quote me on that. It's called Blink, and it talks about the connection between logic and intuition. So there is a connection. I think the relationship's going to challenge you to really love yourself first and balance your own self-interests and hobbies and things like that with the relationship, and your person's going to have to try to figure that out. It's going to be a ton of chemistry in the relationship, strong magnetic attraction between the two of you, something that you feel like you cannot resist. One or both of you might be in a relationship when you meet each other or fall in love, get together, but not necessarily. But there is this whole thing of this burns so hot, and when something burns so hot, then it can burn out quickly. So in order for this to be a lasting relationship and to be sustained over a long period of time, then you guys need to temper that, calm that down, find a way to make that fire burn steady over a long period of time instead of just being like a firework that explodes and then it's over, okay? What is the message for the viewer on this? I need to get you guys your messages from your future spouse as well. Honeymoon, distance here, we're talking about that. I feel like you guys are going to travel and you are going to go on a trip for your honeymoon, and it could be overseas. It could be to Venice. That's giving Venice. Italy vibes, but it doesn't have to be. Cross waters, some travel. And I don't feel like this is the only time you're going to travel. I feel like you're going to travel multiple times throughout the marriage and just really enjoy each other. And that's going to be where you guys are going to find your refuge, and we're going to reconnect when life pulls you in different directions, which it will. And you guys have competing interests and things like that, and can even be in competition with each other in certain ways. The honeymoon, the traveling, the spending time alone together, doing new things is really what's going to solidify the marriage, get it back on track, renew it, and keep it fresh, okay? It's going to solidify your bond and keep that bond strong and going. So because you're going to enjoy each other's company so much. And it's like when you're removed from everyday life, it's easier for you to enjoy each other's company. And with getting to know each other at the bottom of the deck, I think that's going to be a prime time for you guys to really get to know each other. Because when people are out of their element, then don't they say that if you want to really get to know somebody, or if you want to fast track getting to know somebody, go on a trip with them. I know that was the case for me when I was younger. And in one of my first serious relationships, like we went on a trip together, like we drove together like 12 hours on a trip within like the first few weeks of knowing each other. And then we sure did get to know each other really freaking fast, for better or for worse. So I feel like that's an example of what's going to happen in the marriage, that you're going to get to know each other through where you like to go on your trips, and through the time that you spend on those trips outside of your comfort zones. And I feel like that's a good thing, though, because you want to know who you're married to. You want to keep up with their changes as a person. We all evolve and grow over time, so that will help you to do that. Let me shuffle your message cards here quickly. And if the reading is resonating, please hit the like button and subscribe. It does support the channel and help to keep it going. And I do have the links down below for Keen, $1 for 5 minutes. Also, you can get in on a private video recorded reading for yourself with my contact information down below, and ways to order down there too. So for group 2, let's get messages from their future spouse. What would their future spouse say if they had no filter? What do they want the viewer to know? We've got yes. If you had a yes or no question, some of you feel like you already know this person, the answer is yes. Or whatever other kind of question that you might have. For those that had a question, the answer is yes. This person is going to love you, in case you were wondering. This relationship is going to be positive. The universe is going to give you a green light on this. It is a relationship of healing, growth. I'm also hearing hope, prosperity, and fertility as well. What else? We've got Knight of Cups. Very romantic energy too, with it saying I'm willing to go all out to win your love and affection because I want a romance that ends with happily ever after. So somebody that is dreamy, somebody that does have romantic intentions, romantic feelings, despite their tough exterior. This Chariot and Tower energy we did see with that Page energy is sort of youthful optimism that this person has and intends towards this relationship. It's being reflected again with this Nine of Cups energy, saying that this person is willing to go all out, and whatever they set their mind to with the Chariot and the Tower, like they're really going to go after that. It doesn't matter if their whole world fell down around them and they've suffered some major losses or some disruption to their lives and things just didn't work out the way that they wanted them to. It doesn't matter what happens. This person is so tough, so strong, so single-minded, and so devoted and focused on whatever they set their mind on that it's very rare that they don't get exactly what they want or better. So this person's so ambitious. But this is a new realm, the realm of the heart and love. This relationship with you is going to feel differently to them, and so it's just a new realm for them. So they are kind of approaching it from a less experienced energy, even if they are technically experienced. I'm talking about realm of the heart being kind of a new frontier for this person is what's coming across. At least, the kind of love that you guys share. And then we've got this, because it's a spiritual connection. There's something here that feels otherworldly. This is High Priestess energy. This person will find the relationship and perhaps even you quite mysterious, that they're going to have to rely on their gut instincts, their intuition, more than they ever have before in a love relationship. Whereas before, they might have been able to read or understand a love relationship through logic and through kind of just like practical assessment. This person could be an accountant or have been in a previous life here. And they're going to have to rely on themselves and trusting themselves. The message to you is, this is hard to put into words, but it feels like we have an otherworldly connection that I can't quite explain. And then we've got the beautiful Lover's energy. It's beautiful, especially that Knight of Cups, just really signifying how romantic this person is and what a lover they are. Saying that you truly are my soulmate. You are my perfect match. And I did say earlier that it felt like you guys are a match. You know, you're both potent individuals. And this person is acknowledging that, aware of that, or they will be. This is, you know, the future talking, that you are their soulmate. You are their perfect match. Got lots of major arcana cards coming out, which again matches the energy of the reading. This person feeling like you are their partner, the one with whom they're meant to come into union with, that they're going to look at this as a true union. And even though it's going to have its challenges and its ups and downs, it's like you both are going to have to say the serenity prayer at times, you know, to deal with the situation, to be patient, like, you know, just kind of releasing what doesn't serve the relationship and choosing your battles carefully. And I do feel like that's what's going to level you both up, you know, spiritually, and keep the relationship going and make it a more well-rounded relationship. I'm not going to lie, it's going to be a lot. The energy is a little bit heavier, a little bit overwhelming. I won't say heavy, but a little bit overwhelming because it's a lot, but not in a bad way. And we're getting strength. So your person could be Leo. We also got Pisces moon again. And then we've got that I'm getting Cancer moon as well, so that could be resonating for somebody. But the card says, I'm holding my composure and staying cool and calm. I prefer not to allow my emotions to get the best of me. Exactly. So this person has a tendency to do that, and they might not be able to always do that with you. Maybe you can see beneath the surface. They can't hide things from you. Like, they feel like that intuitive connection, that you understand each other in a way that they don't understand. Hence the reason why they have a lot to learn here, more than you do, because I feel like you've been in relationships where you felt that otherworldly connection with someone, or you have been more somebody that has led with their heart, or not been afraid to dive in with that King of Wands energy. Before him is the Knight of Wands energy, adventurer, risk taker. And even if you're matured past that, not quite that way anymore, or you won't be in the marriage, that you have more experience in that realm and that way of being than this person. So this person is more used to, you know, holding their composure, you know, having that wall up, being stoic, you know, remaining cool and calm at the very least. Like, they prioritize that. That's how you win. Cooler heads prevail. I can't blame them for that. But you know, maybe sometimes in relationships where, you know, you want those emotions to be expressed, then that could potentially be a problem, right, for the other person. But I don't think necessarily, because you're going to be tuned into this person's energy. So you're not going to need them to say and tell you, you know, and constantly express, you know, how they feel about you, because you're going to already sense and feel it. But I do feel like this person's so romantic that it will show. Okay. It's just kind of new for them. And excuse me, Gemini energy again. So, you know, energies that we typically associate with being a little bit more in the head, more logical, a little bit less emotional. So a potential challenge here is, yeah, Five of Swords energy. That's what I was talking about. A little bit more cerebral, logical, and being that way has been something that has created and potentially will create some conflict in the marriage. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to show... You cannot make this shit up. Yes, I swear sometimes. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to show you my true feelings, because what if we don't work out? I'll be left looking stupid. So this person has a healthy amount of ego. This relationship's really going to knock their ego for a loop. It's going to tear their ego down. And they're going to be very determined, you know, to preserve themselves and their own interests, while at the same time deferring to you or looking to you for guidance and to know how to balance the relationship. But this person, again, you're going to find that, you know, this person can be emotionally closed off, and that's due to not wanting to look stupid, not wanting to look foolish, not wanting to be taken advantage of, not wanting to lose the upper hand, you know, this is somebody that wants to have the upper hand. And I did mention that this person feels like they're more powerful than you are, even though you're well matched. They also see you as their match, but they also think that they're a little more powerful. Maybe they are in some respect. That will make sense to you in the future if it doesn't now. But the way that they manage that is through that Five of Swords energy of kind of keeping things to themselves, and maybe even being a little bit contentious, argumentative, or just kind of mishandling situations. Maybe can result in a bit of mistreatment at times. Nobody's perfect. No relationship is perfect. So watch out for that. That's your caution message, look, that you can address when the time comes, if it comes. Now let's get a message from the romance angels to wrap up the reading, and then we'll move on to group 3. And like I said, I don't feel like you're going to need this person to express a lot, because you're already going to be tuned into their energy and know what they're feeling without them really having to say it. And I do feel like this person's emotions, being so romantic as they are under the surface, are going to be expressed whether they want to do it or not. Codependency, okay? So I feel like this person has been manipulated, potentially by past partners, past, or even just family members, and as a result of that, that's another reason why they stay reserved into themselves, because they don't want to be manipulated in that way. They could have dealt with codependent people in the past, and maybe you have as well, or codependency will be an issue in the relationship. I do feel like it more has to do with this person. I think they're aware of that, or they will become aware of that, and that's why they become cautious, and like they have to approach this as a student, but without losing face, right? Without losing face, without hurting their image or whatever. They still know that they have to learn, but they still want to appear strong. But I think that this person, with like what I said about this person deferring to you, looking at your reactions to things to kind of figure out, how they should behave in this new kind of relationship that is more emotionally connected than previous relationships they've been in, so requires a different side of themselves than they've had to show before. And so I feel like this person does have some codependent tendencies. You could as well. Like I said, addictions are affecting your romantic life. This person could be addicted to adrenaline. This person could be addicted to I'm hearing like sexuality kind of thing, but more so like money, material things that they can control, okay? Things that they can control. And so this person might become dependent on you in this relationship because, like I said before, I feel like you know better how to handle your emotions and emotional connections and this kind of type of relationship more than they will know how to handle it. And so as a result of that, they're going to be looking to you for that. But just make sure it doesn't become an unhealthy codependency. That's what I've got for you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Please hit the like button and subscribe. It supports the channel and keeps me coming back to do more readings. And if you'd like a private reading, my contact information, as always, is in the description box below the video, and that $1 for 5 minutes on Keen is there as well. And I'll talk to you guys next time. All right, welcome group 3. Thanks for tuning into your reading. So if you chose the Labradorite, this is your reading. I've got your cards from the previous reading that I said that I did. And that's over to the side. I remember that the connection with this person was going to be one that felt very strong, very authentic. It could be somebody that is going to be with a wealthy person, or when we're going to both prosper. I was getting Leo energy as well. Lots to do with creativity, optimism, enthusiasm, and kind of this healing energy as well. Well, there's going to be some sort of harmonizing effect in the connection. It's going to feel like mind, body, spirit stuff. That your future spouse and you are going to have this attitude, this mental attitude or mindset that's going to be improving throughout the relationship. It's very positive. So I feel like you're going to kind of have this mastery over your emotions and this person as well. And I feel like this relationship is going to be empowering. It's going to be giving more willpower to each other, more focus, more energy. I was getting that kind of an adventurous vibe as well. Somebody could have red hair too. Was getting some Virgo and Gemini. I feel like there's a lot to this. I feel like maybe, you know, without redoing the reading that I've already done, you can go ahead and check it out over on my channel, what was said over there about this person, okay? Okay, so I'm getting that childlike vibe of somebody that can handle a situation very well, but at the same time, you know, is a pleasure seeker, a fun lover, fun-loving, so kind of like a duality, more Gemini energy, okay? But regardless of sign, let's look into it. So 5-card spread for group 3 regarding their future marriage, okay? I'm going to use these Doreen Virtue Angel Tarot cards that were gifted to me from my aunt. They were my grandmother's, so I haven't used them in a while. I'm going to use them today. They're very stiff, though, because they're brand new. This person could be a collector of oddities, okay? They could be a collector of certain things that maybe, I don't feel like the run-of-the-mill type collections either. Different kind of, you know, things, okay? Nothing weird, but a little odd. Some of the things maybe that they collect or that they like could be a little bit odd or eccentric, but I'm getting there. But let's do 5-card spread for those who are watching group 3. So we're going to look at, you know, you guys' feelings towards each other, where the marriage is going to go. And this is all from a future perspective, even if you do feel like you know this person currently. So we've got 2 of air. 2 of air is haunting us today, you guys. Okay? I'm getting fire sign and air sign energy strong here. The card says being unable or unwilling to make a decision. A stalemate, pretending there is no problem, okay? So maybe you have a Libra moon, okay? You want to keep the peace, but at your own expense or at the expense of the relationship, because a decision needs to be made, and not making a decision is making a decision. And there is no right or wrong, right? Everything is subjective. We know that from, you know, quantum physics, law of assumption, and many other spiritual practices. But however you look at that, there is this tendency of maybe you're going to feel like this person is unable to make a decision. Maybe when you meet them, they're involved with somebody else. Doesn't have to be. Or they just have, maybe you're dealing with a Libra straight up, you know, their stereotypical energy. Hashtag not all Libras. Bottom line, though, their energy is known for being indecisive. So just an unwillingness to make a decision, or a stalemate, like crossing swords, right? Could be same sex, again, doesn't have to be. But it does feel like you guys aren't going to see eye to eye, or there's going to be standoffs. And it doesn't even necessarily need to be a negative thing. We'll look at what else comes out. But it can be about just not seeing eye to eye and wanting to maintain peace, because the light side of the 2 of air is somebody that just wants to maintain peace. But unfortunately, it's at the expense of something. It's usually at the expense of something because they take it too far. Sometimes you just have to confront something or deal with something in order to get past it. So tell me about the future marriage relationship between group 3 and their person. 5 of air. So more air sign energy, very strong energy here. Somebody could be Venus in Aquarius, which isn't, you know, known to be the best love placement. But regardless, we're going to read the card. It says an unwise choice. Learn what you can from the situation. Review everyone's motives. Okay. So being forewarned is forearmed. If you guys are feeling particularly sensitive, maybe, you know, trigger warning, choose a different group, or from the playlist link down below for a different reading. But if you're here, there's likely a message here for you. Something that you need to learn from in a spiritual way. So there's something that's being taught to you right now. This is going to help you ultimately. Is what I'm feeling. It's going to help you grow, and as such help you to pursue your dreams. And maybe this person isn't going to be your dream. Maybe this person isn't the one you're going to end up with forever. Not saying you're going to end up in divorce, but you know, 50% or more of marriages do. And with this energy, can't lie. I tell the truth on my channel, as my lovely regulars know. that is a distinct possibility for group 3 so far, more so than it was for the previous 2 groups. Okay, so and again, it's about leading you, down, the right path to your dreams and to what you want. Okay, I do feel like there's some sort of imbalance here between the situation, and it could be due to somebody making the wrong choice, or somebody that chronically makes the wrong choice, or makes no choice, which I said before is a choice in and of itself, but it's an unwise choice, as the card says, and it's meant to teach. And so you have to look at each other's motives, like, are you guys on the same page? Are you just fighting for the sake of being difficult, or you just not seeing eye to eye because you're letting your egos get in the way? And if the only thing on the line is one's ego, then it's not worth the argument. It's not worth the mind games. It's not worth the conflict, whatever that is. Okay, so let's see what else. How's this person going to feel in the marriage towards group 3? We've got King of Earth energy. Okay, so that's strong earth sign energy. Okay, I'm getting a division. Okay, for some of you watching, we're meant to read this in the upright. For others of you watching, we're meant to read this in the reverse. So upright speaking, the King of Earth in his higher vibration is someone who is generous, professional, responsible, practical. He's usually a leader of his community. He usually has a lot of friends and or family members around that he feels responsible for. He's a provider and a protector in some way. He's in a position that he can provide and protect and help people out. That's that generous energy, because this person has paid their dues and risen to some sort of height within their community or at their job. Okay, maybe both. And it also says a successful time. Confidently accept opportunities you're offered. The Midas touch. So this person feels like this relationship is a golden opportunity for them. They feel like the relationship is successful, or that they're successful within the relationship. And they come across as a confident person, and maybe even at the very beginning, because I'm getting Ace of Pentacles energy, seeing this as a solid opportunity that they want to engage in. And part of that, if their ego is getting in the way, is that they think they can have the upper hand in the situation, or they feel like you're a worthy opponent, and this is somebody that likes to cross swords, so to speak, right? Somebody that likes to have a worthy opponent, have a good match, especially when it comes to like conversations, debates, mind games, things like that. Not all mind games and debates are negative. They can definitely be. It is kind of playing with fire when you approach a relationship, a romantic relationship, that way. But I think this person is titillated by that. They like that, okay? And they see it as an opportunity, and they feel like they can't go wrong in the situation too. You could be somebody that is prosperous. If so, this person could be seeing like what you have financially and materially is attractive. So just keep that in mind too. But they're coming across as the King of Earth. So like I said, for a lot of you, this is upright energy, solid, practical leader, a wise investor of his time and his money. I'm saying him because it's a man in the card, but apply the pronouns that fit your situation. And for the rest of you, this person can be somebody that is a jealous person, somebody that doesn't follow through on what they say they're going to do, that kind of thing. So maybe they follow through in other life areas, but in the relationship, they don't follow through in a material way. Maybe they talk a big game, but then they don't actually take the practical steps necessary to follow through on the relationship in some way. Okay? And maybe the conflicts or arguments will be due to outside interference, gossip amongst, friends and family, or like people putting ideas in the head that makes this person feel some kind of way, maybe jealous. Okay? So how is this person, or what is this person's intention going to be in the marriage towards the viewer? Wow, this person is going to really want you to be their match. They intend for you to be their queen. They intend that you are their 100% match. And I hope for your sake that you are. I'm getting like Taurus and Libra vibes, or just air and earth vibes, okay? That combination. The earth sign is looking at this as like, you're like me, okay? Generally speaking, hashtag not all earth signs, they do like people to be like them, or to be able, somebody that they can relate to, that they feel like an earthy, for lack of a better word, an earthy connection to, right? Somebody that feels stable, somebody that feels safe, somebody that they feel like they understand. So they're going to want you to be that person, whether you are or not. Like, you could be an air sign. Air tends to be more flighty. Air tends to be less practical. Yes, pragmatic, which is similar to practical. Air can be pragmatic, but not always. They can be like kind of airy-fairy, right? A little bit harder, well, definitely harder to pin down. We're talking about air, okay? Try holding down air. So that could be a conflict, but this person's intention is to have a spouse, have you be thoughtful, creative, warm, and sensible. And do they intend that to be how they show up in the relationship. I'm really getting more that, yes, to some degree, I'm getting like 25%. They intend to behave more like the Queen of Earth toward you. So thoughtful, creative, warm, sensible, more in their feminine energy, you know, because we all have both energies, and to make time for you, take a sensible approach to the relationship, deal with the challenges in a kind and understanding manner. But the other 75%, they're going to expect this of you. Okay. And it seems like, oh, those are good things to expect from somebody. How hard can that be? Well, it just depends. If that's not really you, if you have other great qualities, but not particularly these, then maybe that's going to be what that Five of Swords is there for, and that Two of Air is there for. That's going to be something that you're going to have to learn to deal with and compromise on. So what is going to be the outcome or the big message from Spirit for Group 3 about this marriage? Seven of Earth, yes, you know, frustrations, but feeling like, you know, you're going to put in the effort. You're going to keep working on things. You're going to make adjustments as you go. And it's going to be, you know, a long relationship, I feel. Okay, at least 7 years. Maybe somebody gets a 7-year itch, hence the jealousy, or there's a fear of that, right? But with the Seven of Earth, it gives 7-year energy. I feel like for some of you a little longer, others of you a little shorter, maybe longer. I feel like you will consider this relationship a successful one, even if it does end after, say, like 10 years, okay? Intend otherwise if you don't want to get a divorce. Who wants that? But I feel like sometimes relationships run their course, including those that are in a marriage. And so even after you guys got divorced or something like that, for example, if that happens, right, then you would feel still like you would look back on the relationship as something like a relationship that had worked, a relationship that had been a good investment of your time, a marriage that had been a good investment, a marriage that had produced good results, something that you wouldn't have changed, you wouldn't have regrets about, things that you know, relationship that you had really, really learned from. Okay, so I feel like that would be the case, like you would look back on it like that. The Seven of Earth, though, as the card says, seeds well planted, a temporary pause in action, unnecessary worry. So there is some unnecessary worry here coming through. I mean, maybe you guys, you know, are going to live happily ever after, and I intend that for you if that's what you want. But with the Seven of Earth, we can't deny that there are some frustrations, and there is a point in the relationship where I feel like, you know, some of you might be asking yourselves, or your person might be asking themselves that, was this worth all the effort? And because it is going to be a lot of effort, a lot of waiting, a lot of growth needs to take place here, and it will occur in this marriage. So it's going to be a time where you're going to be like, well, is it worth all the time, all the trouble, and all the patience and the frustration? Is going to really produce that 10 of Earth that I'm going for, that emotional and financial abundance, that legacy kind of relationship, that power couple kind of relationship? Is this really going to be what I want it to be in the end? Like, is this going to produce the fruits that I am looking for? Is it going to be worth all the effort? You're going to be like weighing. I feel like it's going to be you with the Two of Swords energy, weighing the pros and cons. Like, was this worth it? Is it worth it? Or should I take my ball and go home? Should I call it quits? Like, should I cash in my chips? Should I cash in my chips and go home? Or am I going to win big in this? There's going to be a time when you're going to question and ask yourself that. But ultimately, with the Seven of Earth not being a negative card and in the outcome, you know, position, it does indicate longevity and at least really being patient and working things through, or trying to work things through together. So putting in that effort. Okay. So let's get some messages from your person, your future person, your future spouse. What would Group 3's future spouse say to them if they had no filter? Getting strong energy of Aries. I am also getting the energy of the 28th or the 1st. Somebody having that in their numbers and numerology. Could be born on the 1st of the month, or this is a first for somebody. First marriage, first serious relationship. Something about that coming through. Something that requires a lot of sacrifices. I feel like other people are around it creating some issues here. It's not just that you guys have issues in the relationship like every relationship has, but I feel like part of that is like on this person's end in particular, there are other people around the situation that could be saying things or doing things that create conflict. You know, the more people are in the mix, the more opportunity or chances that things are going to go awry, or there's going to be misunderstandings, or just, drama. So I have to say that, okay? But I don't feel like it's a lack of love or commitment or devotion to one another. I feel like it's more that you're dealing with other people in this too, and they're affecting or influencing this, okay? I can't decide between you and someone else. I'm waiting for a sign about who's the best bet for a successful partnership. And that is how this person will look at this, okay? And I did say from the beginning that it feels like there's some sort of choice that needs to be made, okay? So remember that. You are always chosen your first best. That's the attitude that you have to have. And if it's you that's wanting to see, does this have what it takes to be a successful partnership, then really keep your eyes and ears open and intend to manifest what you desire, because there is some question here with this energy. So what this is coming across as is it is the lover's energy, but it's kind of like shadow lover's energy. There's some decision that needs to be made. There's difficulty making that decision. One is waiting. We've got the King of Pentacles in particular. He sits on his throne, right? So, he's not really taking action or moving, forward. Like, what am I trying to say? He's going to wait and see. He's going to wait for a sign from you. Like, he's going to observe the situation. Are you this person's Queen of Earth? Like I said before, are you this person's match? Are you the one that, if they invest in this relationship, will it be a successful partnership? And this is a message coming from them in the future about this marriage. So that indicates to me what I was saying a moment ago about the Seven of Earth, that there's going to be a time when one or both of you will question the relationship. And is this really going where I want it to go, right? So there's that. Can that indicate that at some time in the future, this person might be entertaining someone else? I hope not. I intend otherwise. I intend this person is loyal and faithful to you, and you have a happy, healthy relationship and a happy, healthy marriage. But it's possible. We have to admit that. Now remember, you guys, my readings are meant to provide clarity and guidance. So the focus is always going to be on your best interest, even if it's not what you expect. But let's see what else this person has to say. These two cards turned up, right? So we'll take them. We've got, when we go out, we're going to have the absolute best time. I can't wait to show it off on social media too. So this person's really going to feel like you're the one. Your partner is really going to feel so grateful to have you, and feel like, you're gold to this person, at least in the early stages of the relationship. Like, they've come full circle, they finally made it, they finally found their match. There is a point, where you're going to feel that way, where this person's going to feel that way. Obviously, they're going to be excellent feelings, because you wouldn't get married otherwise. And so this is talking about that. It's also validating that there are going to be other people around the situation. Okay, because this is talking about socializing and going out. And I do feel like that's part of who this person is, like innately who they are. On the inside is somebody that, has other people around them, lots of friends, people that rely on them, things that they like to do with other people. So, that's what makes this person feel harmonious, good, content. And I think to some extent it's going to make you feel that way as well. I don't feel like all these people are trouble, okay? I feel like you're also going to feel harmonious. Like, I think when this person is happy, then you're happy too, right? And vice versa. There are going to be people around you with whom you're going to share a nice community, okay? But that does go to my point of there being people around and somebody that's out there socializing, okay? So that's where those jealousy issues can arise, or things of that nature. So I'm just telling you this, just forewarned to be forearmed. And then we've got the Piscean energy, the Hanged Man, okay? Uranus energy. Sorry. Okay, I'm trying to hold back juvenile jokes, but whatever. So the message is, I love how laid back you can be, so I feel it's best to let you win the argument. So I was getting Taurus vibes. It does feel like a relaxed Taurus vibe when we're talking about Earth. It doesn't feel like the sometimes edgy and ambitious Capricorn. It doesn't feel like a little bit angsty, diligent Virgo energy. This person could have those strong in their chart either way, but for some, this is Taurian energy. Maybe this person has like a Taurus moon or something. Could be sun. rising, whatever the case may be. But they like someone who is harmonious. This does give, again, that Taurus Libra vibe regardless of signs. That energy of being harmonious with one another, that's important to this person. So this is a good sign because it's letting us know that this person would rather have you calm and relaxed and for everything to be nice and for you guys to get along than to just really go in at you and, like, with that Five of Swords energy, mistreat you or say really mean things to you. Okay, it does feel more like somebody that wants or a relationship where you guys are more like debating, like a friendly debate, or like little kind of games that like people in relationships play sometimes as they navigate the relationship to get their way, or just, if you know, you know. So that's what's coming through. And this person is, but like the Two of Swords said earlier, you can't pretend that there's not a problem. And I feel like for some of you, that's going to be the issue. Like, you guys are going to know that there's a problem that needs to be addressed. And I think you will address those problems for a long time within the relationship. But there are going to be things that you guys need to address that you're not addressing just to keep the peace. And maybe that's more going to be because of your person just trying to keep the peace with you, or by letting you win or think you won, but letting it come out, letting their discomfort or, desire to still have the upper hand come out in passive aggressive ways, so things like that. Let's get another one. Yeah, give me time to think. More Two of Swords energy. I promise I'll get back to you. So somebody needing to take their time. Maybe if you know this person, they're saying they're going to get back to you, but this is somebody that needs their time to think. Okay, and thinking is a big part of this relationship with this air energy. But sometimes the thinking is a bit skewed. Sometimes the thinking is not the healthiest, okay, when it comes to thinking about this relationship, for various reasons that I kind of already touched on. So I'm not going to touch on them again. But yeah, I feel like that is like conflict creates growth. I'm getting really like 5. So somebody could be born on the 5th of the month, the 14th of a month could have a 5 life path. And 5 is about change, which is a good thing. Although for earth signs, it's usually more challenging because it creates a lot of stress and growth, more stress than they, normally like to. Like, it's more stressful for an earth sign to change generally than it is for other types of signs, particularly an air sign. If we're talking about air, it's more stressful for an earth sign to change than an air sign, for example. But that change is necessary for growth, right? And we see that. So it could be, that this person is why the relationship is frustratingly slow, or requires so much more patience, so many more adjustments with that 7 of Earth energy because of the way that they are. But it takes 2 to tango. It's not going to be all this person's fault why it's going to be slow, or there's going to be a lot of adjustments needed, okay? So with that, let's get one more. There's Queen of Pentacles energy again. I love how we can be our real selves with each other. This is growing so organically and naturally. So that's what this person is saying. They're saying this is what they love. They love it to grow organically. They don't want it to be forced. They don't want it to be rushed. They want it to be slow and organic and natural. Okay, and that just validates what I said a moment ago. So it's a beautiful thing. At least they're going to see it. They're saying it's a beautiful thing. They're saying it like, this is something that they love about the relationship. One that, it grows organically and naturally, can't be rushed or forced. There is value in that, but I think at some point, like I said, it's going to be feeling a bit frustrating, but they feel like they can be really real with you, which is a good thing. You want that. I think that this person's idea of real isn't the same idea of real as a lot of people would have, for example, because I feel like when they say I can be real with you, that means that they can, show the good, the bad, and the ugly, and sometimes it's a little heavy on the ugly. With that 5 of Swords, like, I feel like the way that they communicate or the way that they think is a bit off-putting, is a bit abrasive, but to them, that's them being real, okay? That's them being real. So sometimes their honesty can be a little too blunt, or a little bit thoughtless, or a little bit cold. But this person obviously has a lot of value as a person as well. So I'm not really going to say that this person, is the whole problem or anything like that. They just want somebody, who is a good match for them. And for them, a good match is, somebody that can be real with, and, somebody sensible like themselves, and so things like that. So are you that person? Does that sound like you, Group 3? Will that be you in the future? I guess time will tell. And you're going to have a lot of time to figure it out with this person with the Seven of Earth. I think some of you that will perhaps, you know, break up with this person, and it can be an on again, off again relationship going forward, even in the marriage. I feel like if that's going to happen, it's like teaching you how to love yourself as well. That's always kind of the thing, right? But then you're going to come back together because you have a love and a passion for one another. And so, and maybe some passions in common as well. I feel like socializing and having like dinner parties and friends in common and things like that. Like you guys are going to have an active social life. I feel like, I think it's going to be hard when or if you guys break up, or when you have on again, off again stuff happening, or if you do ultimately divorce years down the line. It's going to be one of those situations where your friends have to choose a side kind of thing. But let's see. Final message for group 3 regarding this. Future marriage partner. Okay. So I think you need to call in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. So define who your soulmate is. If this is not someone exactly ideal for you, then go ahead and, like the card says, take its advice. Figure out how to manifest what you want, because you can. With that being said, the main card coming out that you need to know is the retreat card. It's time to disconnect from the world. So some of you might be using too much, you know, social media is what I'm getting, being on your phone or your computer too much. That's telling you that, you know, if you're feeling some kind of way and it's not serving you, you know, it's time for a break. But I'm also taking this as, you know, you guys will retreat. We can be literal about this when you go on your honeymoon, because she's in a wedding dress, he's in a tux, and they're out in the woods. You guys could go to like a cabin in the woods, some sort of a retreat. So it is going to be a break away from the norm. Maybe you have, you know, a big, lavish, you know, reception with a lot of people there, and I feel like you guys both have a lot of friends and you will have many people in common. You will like go away, maybe even sneak off together before the reception is completely done, but not necessarily. Some of you might do that, but bottom line, sneak off together. I think your retreat together, your honeymoon or some other retreat will be something very peaceful, like in the woods, like a cabin, like something that's away from other people, where you guys can really just focus on one another. So it's nice to see that energy, because it lets us know that despite other people being around and someone needing a lot of time to themselves to think, especially when it comes to decision making, that you guys can still come together, be on the same page, and enjoy each other's company one-on-one. Okay, and it's like that's going to also be something that you need to know with regard to the relationship. You guys have to disconnect from other people in the world to be together for this to last and be a happier, healthier relationship. That's what I've got for you, group 3. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. Please hit the like button and subscribe. It supports the channel and keeps me coming back to do more readings for you. And if you'd like a private reading, my contact information is in the description box down below the video. There's that $1 for 5 minutes on Keen link down below. I'm going to change that out soon. But if you'd like a private video recorded reading, information to get one of those from me is also down below. Thanks for watching.